Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Midday Live from our news hub here at the Desawe Kanda in Accra. My name is Emmanuel Samanat. Making the headlines this afternoon. Tension and agitations heighten among MPP supporters as MMDCE's list is likely to be announced in less than 2 hours. Also coming up in this bulletin, former Central Regional Minister Amma Benyiwa-Doe dies, aged 71. And on the international front, South Africa's new mayor of Johannesburg, Jolie D. Matongo, aged 46, killed in a car accident. Many thanks for your time. Remember, we're live on DSTV channel 279 all around the world on 3news.com and across the social media platforms at TV3Live. Let's begin as the police in Accra have arrested 4 persons for allegedly causing public disorder at Jamestown in Accra on Saturday, September 18. Those arrested are Salam Abubakari, 36, Daniel Opare, Oman, 43, Edward Holm, 38, and Daniel Korte, 41. They are believed to be the ringleaders. The 4 allegedly led scores of people to block roads in the community, burning car tires and further creating a sense of fear and disorder. Preliminary investigations suggest the unlawful protest was in response to the widely circulated list of potential metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives. Again, the police administration strongly cautions any individual or group of persons who intend to unlawfully assemble and cause mayhem over the publication of prospective MMDCE's list or any other matter to immediately abandon such plans or face the law. The statement signed by the Director General of Police Public Direct Affairs Directorate ACP Kwesi Ofori urged everyone to use due process to convey their grievances. Well, let's still stay on this particular development and bring you some more stories as, again, ahead of the announcement of the MMDCEs for the second term, the Akufo-Addo government and the residents of Sekondi Takoradi want people who are action-oriented and proactive to be nominated. Again, for officials in the 6 districts of the region, they want someone who understands their work. Story subsequently, but with barely an hour for the much-awaited list of metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives to be made public, there are high expectations in some parts of the country. Again, the new Patriotic Party youth wing in Saula Tuna Kalba district are appealing to the president to take a second look at the nominee of the Saula Tuna Kalba district again before it is announced. According to the group, at the press briefing, they have picked signals from sources close to the appointment authority that the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, lawyer Abu Jinapo, has unilaterally influenced the choice of the district chief executive for the district. The said signals picked indicates that the minister settled on Barakisu Lucina for the nomination as the DCE, a candidate who they claim was not among the 3 persons shortlisted by the National Vetting Committee. Now let's go on Zoom and speak with our Northern Regional Correspondent, Christopher Marco, who joins us for some more updates there. Chris, many thanks for your time. What more can you report for us? Chris, I think you'd have to unmute yourself before you proceed. Can you try again, Chris? We seem to be having difficulty in connecting with you. If you can unmute and unmute again, and then we try. Can you hear me, Chris? We seem to be having some technical challenges there connecting with Christopher Marco. We'll try and fix the connection and speak with him. But let's speak to Larry Pakwesi Moses there, who's also going to be giving us some updates. Larry, thanks for your time. If you can hear me, what more can we report? We're told that 4 individuals have been retained. Can you confirm?
When it comes to the Bono region, three old MCs have been maintained, i.e. Brekum East Municipal in the person of Kofi Aje has been maintained. Doma Central, the person of Watara Idrissa, has also been maintained, and Doma East, that is Emmanuel Kofi Ajiman, that is for the Bono region. 3 out of 12 have been maintained. Their position as MCs and DCs here in the region. But let me also say that earlier we picked some information that the minister, that's the regional minister, together with the party, are in a crunch meeting ahead of the 2 p.m. announcement by the Minister for Local Government and Rural Development this afternoon. They are having a crunch meeting as to forestall any occurrences. And that information that was also picked is that the communication director is getting ready to issue a communique or a statement from the meeting to the media. We've gone around the town. Nothing untoward is happening. Just the calmness within the region. We have 2 municipal assemblies within the Bono region. That is the Sunyani Municipal Assembly and the Sunyani West Municipal Assembly. At least we've checked from all these places and nothing untoward is happening. Just the usual calmness that goes with our Sunday activities, Samani.
Okay, but do you have police presence, patrolling the community to ensure that there is law and order maintained ahead of the lists?
Yes, that is when you visit Techuma municipality, that is the Bono East region. That is where we have some men and women in uniform being placed at vantage points within the Techuma municipal assembly to forestall any occurrences after the announcement. That is the only police presence that we have. That is the Bono East region. But when you go to the town proper, nothing unusual. I mean, normal business activity, church activities is ongoing within the Techuma enclave, Saman.
Okay, thank you so much, Larry Pakwesi Moses. There's Bono, our regional correspondent, bringing us some updates with regards to what people have the mood there in the Bono region ahead of the list of the MMDCEs there. Well, you're still watching Midday Live from our news up here at Adisawe Kanda in Accra. We're live on DSTV channel 279, all around the world on 3news.com and across the social media platforms at TV3 Ghana. Now let's go and speak with our Savannah regional correspondent, Christopher Mwakum there. Chris, welcome back. Again, you were giving some signals from the press briefing that the appointment authorities for the lawyer, Jinapo, and the like have been retained. Can you confirm that? What more can you report? Chris, I can barely hear you. If you can hear me, can you take out your earpiece and let's try again? Chris, I can barely hear. Unfortunately, we can't connect with Christopher Amwako there. Now, Doctor, we'll be speaking to the chamber, the president of the Chamber of Local Government, Dr. Richard Fiadimo, on this particular matter there. Thanks for your time, Doc. Now, let's look at the MMCE's list for the country, which is expected to be announced later this afternoon. Already we've seen pockets of violence here and there. From where you sit, is this going to influence the list that is going to be released soon?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think that we do not expect any serious influence happening, but what we are seeing is a leakage of the list that is supposed to be brought out by the minister. And so if you are having people agitating ahead of the minister's list, then it tells you that the people are now privy to the names that are going to be announced by the minister today, and that is what is leading to the agitation. But I do not expect any names to be changed merely because of the agitations that are happening.
Okay, now let's talk about Accra, Salaga, Tema, and Ashiaman, for instance. These are bigger metropolitan, cities which warrant accountability. But you've been an assemblyman before. In these municipalities, are there any stakeholder consultations with the traditional authorities which influence who would be selected?
Yeah, I think normally, let's be clear that it is the president who is clothed with the powers to nominate MMDCEs per Article 2431 of Ghana's Constitution. But the president is also enjoined, albeit conventionally, to consult the relevant stakeholders. So we do know there are certain areas that the traditional authorities are very powerful. And if the president is so minded and knows that those traditional authorities are powerful, then in doing the consultation, they should be brought in the picture from start to finish so that it doesn't create any problems. And if you go to certain districts, they have about 2 or 3 different paramountcies within the same district. And more often than not, if one particular person is taken from a particular paramountcy earlier, they expect that it is also their turn. So the president needs to take all those factors into consideration before nominating or appointing the MMDCs. But we should not take away the powers of the president with respect to the power to nominate. So whoever the president nominates, that is the person the president feels he can work with. And we should oblige the president to make sure that the job is done at the respective district assemblies.
Now, again, if you could give us your perspective on appointing an MCE for the Tema Assembly, of which you have been an assemblyman before.
Yeah, I think that the Tema issue is a bit dicey, but we should also understand that Tema now has become a cosmopolitan area, and there are diverse ethnic groups in Tema. So clearly, I think that some consultations have been done. But if you look at the past time, the only time that you had a non-Gan person becoming the MCE for Tema was when I think Professor Mills appointed Honorable Kempis Papani Ofosuware. He was a non-Gan person who took it. But throughout the period, many of the MMDCs have been Gan. So for me, I think that yes, we should not downplay the effect of what the Traditional Council is saying, but we also plead with the Traditional Council to understand the current state of Tema, being a cosmopolitan area, and indigenous or Gan persons have been MCEs for a long time. And if today there's going to be a non-account person, I think that they should also accept it in good faith, because the president, whether we like it or not, he must select somebody he's comfortable with, somebody who can prosecute his agenda, just to make sure that Tema becomes what it has to become.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Fiadomode. He's the president of the Chamber of Local Government. But let's try again and reconnect with our man, Christopher Mwako, who joins us live via phone this time for a report. Chris, what more can you report? Hello, Chris, can you hear me? Hello, Chris, can you hear me? Hello, Chris? We seem to be having some technical challenges there connecting with Christopher Mwako, but I'll try and reconnect and speak with him subsequently. But a former NDC MP for Gomoa West and Central Regional Minister Amma Benyiwa-Doe has passed away, aged 71. The politician served as a National Democratic Congress MP from 1992 to 2004. The founding member of the opposition party, Christian Comfort Sa, died on Sunday morning. Amma was nominated by President Mills in January 2009 as a Central Regional Minister, and she became a Regional Minister from 2009 to 2012. She was once a National Women's Organizer of the NDC. In May this year, she commented on the disagreements between the party involving Bernard Alote Jacobs. Now, the former member of Council of State during late President Mills' era said the party's former regional chairman's recent rant will not affect the party in any way. Well, on phone is the Central Regional Communications Officer for the NDC, Kwesi Dawood. Thanks for your time. Now, how are people handling the demise of Madame Amma Benyiwa-Doe in the Central Region?
Right. I'm currently some of Amma Gomoa Apam currently, and the mood of the town it's shocking. People are and Tama, people are shocked, and it's their mood caused it all. And as I indicated earlier on, she also doubles as the queen mother for Gomoa Abra. That's me and Kamun Junction, that's Apam Junction. And knowing the sensitivities surrounding the demise of a traditional ruler, the leadership of our regional party and the national party is in touch with the family, the Senate family and the traditional leaders, and will come out appropriately to inform the nation as to the arrangement regarding her traditional 1 week remembrance and all due course.
Again, what is the next line of action for the party in the region?
And as we speak, I'm currently at Goma West, the Honorable Home Constituency. We've had the extensive discussion this morning, all the executive down matter, and the decision shall be communicated very soon to our team supported, especially members of the MMDCE family and our headquarters as well, regarding the arrangement for our party offices and all that, in line with established protocol as how we mourn our pillars as and when the Lord calls us. And we shall duly communicate to the nation through 3FM, TV3, and all the media outlets accordingly.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Kwesi Dawuda is the Communications Director for the NDC in the Central Region. While you're still watching Midday Live, we'll take a quick breather. We'll be back with more news. Please stay with us.
This is the Big Five. Jeanette Services presents Women in Worship. Themed The Grace Experience, featuring the VGMA Artist of the Year, Diana Hamilton, the incredible Mercy Chinwell, and the amazing Judy Kay from Nigeria. With support from Florence Obinim and Celestine Donkor, Daughters of Glorious Jesus, and Obapa Christie. Date Sunday, September 19th. Venue UPSA Auditorium, Medina. Gates open at 4 p.m. Tickets are selling for 70 Ghana Cedis single and 120 Ghana Cedis double at Airport Shell, Bachelor Total, UPSA, or purchase via www.myticketghana.com. For VIP family packages or ticket reservations, call 0248-810-396. Women in Worship is proudly brought to you by Fortune Rice and Onga, and supported by Fritol Oil, Electroland Ghana, Fan Milk, Unilever, Ophelia Crossland, Velma Accessories, ABS Collection, ATL Fabrics, Better Malt, Awake Purified Drinking Water, and EcoNad Entertainment. Media partners, Media General. Women in Worship. Daughter, you still have a voice.
Dewa NLA 539 Direct is choking everywhere with fantastic prizes every week. From 23rd of August 2021, Dewa NLA 539 Direct is giving you double chances of winning big in the Play for More weekly raffle. Place a bet of 50 Ghana cedis or more and automatically qualify for the Dewa NLA 539 Direct weekly raffle, where you get to win smartphones, laptops, flat screen television sets, and many more. Live on Facebook every Friday at 2 p.m. So hurry now. Dial *446#, select option 1 to play 50 Ghana cedis or more on Dewa 539 NLA Direct to participate in the Play for More raffle every week. The more you play, the more you win. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact us on 0549 869757. Dewa NLA 539 Direct. Afa winning each
Graphic Communications Group Limited and Grader, in partnership with Orano Projects and Consults, brings to you Real Estate Housing Fair Experience, happening on Thursday 23rd to Saturday 25th September 2021 at the National Theatre from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Do you want to rent, build, or buy a house? Then don't miss out on this one-stop housing mall where all your questionings and housing needs will be answered. Attractions, super deals and offers from your favorite real estate developers, super packages from your favorite mortgage and home financiers, beautiful pieces for your home furnishing and decor from your favorite furnishing and decor brands, durable and affordable housing input supplies from your favorite brands. Oh yes, everything you ever needed to get all your housing needs fixed, all at one stop on Thursday 23rd to Saturday 25th of September at the National Theatre. See you there. This fair is endorsed and supported by. For enquiries, call 0507 067988 or 0202 825557.
Who Who joins the final bus to the finale? It's been weeks of cultural exposition on Ghana's most beautiful. The ladies gave their best performances, grew through the race, and this week, the ladies throw their last shot at selling tourism in their various regions. Who makes it to the final 6 is the last eviction. To secure that final spot for your contestant, dial *713*13# or download the TV3 Reality app on Google Play Store or the App Store and vote. GMB comes to you live this Sunday only on TV3. Audience strictly by invitation. GMB 2021, rediscovering true beauty. GMB 2021 shows Sundays at 8 p.m. and repeats Fridays at 3 p.m. and is sponsored by Lavon's Tomato Mix, Camel now from Kerex, Freedom from Casaprecon, GTP, Darling Lemon Drink, Airtel Tigo's Big Time Bundles, Lufat, Deluxe Acrylic Paint, Heaven Black Mosquito Spray and Coil, and Napa Mackerel,
Geisha, Close Up,
Ayo Insurance, Fun Milk Nutri-Day Yogurt, and supported by
Tell with the master so. Now so capra with the grand ganyo. Siki any be with the savings. Yeah, best yes sika yeah casket too. No holiday. Charlie with the grind every day. So you need but you tia for sika criminal but you to cause of here pay. You be tia ni akwa bantia ko chin the sika be fie. You be tia ni akwa bantia ko chin the sika be fie. You be sika be fie. Frisa busia. Yeah, my search for the door makeup. What's your name? What's your name? When you see card, I be hard them talk. Yeah, no such your boy. Midnight I found a boy. What's the crowd? Watch your convoy. Hey, sick I won't take me a boy. Hit it, my name grind. This how we go fine. Time it go be so nice.
Welcome back. Let's bring some more stories now as the governing New Patriotic Party has called for a reassessment of the module being operated by the West African Examination Council. It follows concern of exam leakage in the ongoing WASSCE, resulting in the rescheduling of 2 papers. Now, speaking to TV3, the Director of Communications for the MPP, Yao Boabeng-Asamoah, urged a review to address the annual challenge.
It's not just because it's free SHS, but it is because it ought not leak. So we must examine the governance of WAEC very effectively, because WAEC is not a government agency. WAEC is an independent authority that we have accepted as being in charge of examining our children. So more or less, it's an independent authority. What perhaps over so many years we should begin to look at is whether or not the model that WAEC has is still functional and working, because these leakages have been off and on over the years. So is WAEC able to discharge its duty of administering exams, providing exam security, assessing the students, and objectively and fairly giving them marks, when WAEC itself is responsible for trauma to them? But I believe that it is time we started looking at it, not in the context of the student punishment cancellation alone, but in the context of who is responsible for ensuring that there are no leakages. If there are, is it the government's fault? Is it the student's fault? Is it WAEC's fault? Somebody must stand up and be counted. And clearly, WAEC is the originator, the source of these questions. Are all these functions vested in one organization tight enough in terms of accountability?
Yeah, Boabeng-Asamoah there. Now, 15,000 Ghanaians died of cancer last year, according to Global Can, a wing of the World Health Organization. Civil rights organization Breast Care International wants breast cancer campaign intensified as the situation gets bleak.
24,009 Ghanaians were diagnosed with various forms of cancer in 2020. 15,802 out of the figure could not survive. Women constitute 8,630 persons who die from cancer complication. Breast cancer dominates cancer cases recorded, prompting the immediate intensification of a locally motivated awareness creation campaign on the subject matter. Breast Care International and the Center for Transport Security Dialogue will, as part of this year's campaign, screen and sensitize passengers at main lorry terminals and long journey buses in Accra and Kumasi. Other measures, according to the president of the organization, Beatrice Yafe-Adai, will also be adopted to reduce the rate of cancer contractions. She attributed the increased number of cancer deaths among women in the country to government shifting of attention to COVID-19.
The attention we are giving to breast cancer and the non-communicable diseases, it's not as the attention we are giving to the COVID. It's good we are paying so much attention to COVID, but what about those who will not die through COVID? We have a lot of cancer patients, we have a lot of people with hypertension, diabetes, and all the other non-communicable diseases. What are we doing to help these people?
Beatrice Yafe-Adai believes replenishing the fund set up for cancer awareness creation activities will be beneficial. The president of the Center for Transport Security Dialogue, Hamilton Baini, said drivers will be sensitized so they transfer the knowledge to passengers.
This project is not only with the road transport, we are also looking at the air transport. But for now, we decided that no, because a lot of women moves from one point to the other, let's get the drivers also some videos to play in their vehicles. It will inform the passengers on board, both men and women.
Men will be the forerunners of this year's campaign, which has been slated for every Saturday in the month of October on the theme, Get Men Involved.
Now, maritime law consultant Dr. Kofi Mbia is calling for development of a robust maritime industry for effective trading within the single continental market. He stressed that some progress is needed in infrastructure and implement appropriate legal framework and trading standards.
Africa has been opened up for free trading since the beginning of 2021 with the introduction of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. But according to experts, more needs to be done for countries to trade effectively within the single continental market. Maritime law consultant and legal practitioner Dr. Kofi Mbia has expressed concern that trade is connected to transport and failure to invest and develop interland transport systems will render development in port infrastructure futile. Quote, the transport connectivity in most sub-Saharan ports are poor. Go to Apapa Port in Lagos, for example. There is serious gridlock, about 5 to 10 kilometers of trucks lined up in a queue. You can't build after on that, Dr. Mbia stated. The cost of transportation within Africa as compared to Europe and Asia is most costly. He adds, today in Europe and most of the developed countries, the cost of transportation is about 5%. In Africa, however, it is between 15 to 20% of the total cost of trade, and for landlocked countries, it goes up to 30%. There is no way you can have a very effective AfTA working with this kind of figures. Per the AfTA regulations, it is fundamental to provide enough education on rules of origin as well as ensure strict enforcement within the AfTA rules.
Meanwhile, Traders Advocacy Ghana Group says the closures of shops belonging to foreigners as a means to enforce GIPC Act 2013, Act 865 is primitive in the era of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. General Secretary of the group, Nana Poku, in an interview with TV3, said the solution is for government to resource local traders to compete in the market.
On the sidelines during a media briefing in Accra, The General Secretary of Traders Advocacy Group Ghana, Nana Puku, noted the country cannot be trading under the African Continental Free Trade Area and continue to be hostile to other African countries.
Closing shops in Ghana is outmoded and primitive way of doing things. You don't have to close shops again. And not to create an image out there that when you go to Ghana, you are chased out of your shops. Now you've actually landed AFCFTA in Ghana. The headquarters is here. And how come you put a behavior of stopping people to trade in Ghana? It cannot work.
The group called on government to collaborate with traders to come up with a comprehensive support system to thrive. Targets of the view the country, and for that matter, local traders fall far behind the rest of the world in trade performance due to high interest rates. The solution, the General Secretary noted, lies in government resourcing local traders financially and technically to remain relevant and be competitive.
Currently, the Ghanaian trader doesn't have the needed financial muscle. The interest rate on borrowing should come down considerably. If government is not finding any different way of resourcing traders, he can talk to the commercial banks so that those who are ready going to borrow will have that ease of doing business. Will have that ease of competing with these foreigners. Foreigners who are trying to have businesses here are coming in with soft loans.
Now, the Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Usu Efriakoto, has described former President Mahama's claim of initiating the planting for food and jobs as untrue. Addressing the media on Sunday, the sector minister said the NPP inherited an almost collapsed agri extension service, which is supposed to provide technical advice to boost the farming sector.
We came, there were nearly, the ratio was one extension officer to nearly 2,000. Well, I was supposed to have 4,400 extension officers. Ladies and gentlemen, when I did the audit, there were only 1,580, so 4,400. And listen to this. Of the 1,560 odd, 80% were going on pension in the next 3 years, 2-3 years, which means that there was no extension service. And yet, the NDC government has signed this contract with for a loan from a grant from the Canadian government to supply 300 vehicles, pickups, and 5,000 motorbikes for extension officers when there were no extension officers. So I quickly had to go to cabinet for approval to hire 2,700 extension officers. It's not as if the qualified staff were not there. Every year, our universities and agricultural colleges were churning out these brand new graduates and so on, and they were sitting in the house with their parents, with their knowledge, and no application.
Let's bring you some more stories now, as residents in the Dambai, Injari, and the Oti region can safely navigate the 18-kilometer stretch to Karachi following the removal of 21,000 tree stumps in the inland water channel of the Volta Lake. The harvested stumps have also been given back to the communities for reuse. Josephine Nkwej was at Dambai and reports.
Residents in the two communities are into farming and fishing. On a daily basis, many passengers cross the river with tons of foodstuffs. Thursdays, which are market days, records the highest of human traffic, with traders from Kitakrachi, Salaga and Tamale. Boat accidents are a worry to many here, which are normally linked to overloading and tree stumps. Between 2016 and 2020, boat accidents on the Volta Lake claimed 55 lives, with a total of 206 reported cases of injuries. This situation compelled the Ghana Maritime Authority to deploy Navy task force to check the threat. Michael has suffered 2 boat accidents. He shares his harrowing experience with us.
So after we loaded the boat, we were coming and then the winds were coming. So we couldn't see the stumps, and we just passed through one like that. So the boat just splitted into two. One woman and then two of her daughters just died like that. Those of us who were able to help ourselves, we went very long before we were saved.
To avert more accidents, Regulator of Maritime and Inland Water Transport commenced a project to remove and harvest tree stumps in Tumpunja, Kodokobe Dambai and Dambai Injari. A total of 21,000 tree stumps were harvested.
For a very long time, the tree stumps which have been removed from the river are kept along the banks of the river for a long time until it rots. Now, a new strategy is to make it available to the community so that they can turn it around and make use of these tree stumps.
Travel time has now been reduced and navigation has been easier. But what economic value will residents have with the harvested tree stumps?
If they give us the wood, we can make furniture, tables and canoes with it.
The authority handed over the harvested woods to the two communities.
The only cause of accident along the Volta Lake is not the tree stumps. It is the major cause though, but we feel that the human factor is also very important, the overloading and others. So we are now bringing our men here to come and join forces with the Naval Task Force who are already present, so that we can continue with the education and other safety measures that we can put in place to ensure that we deal drastically with accident that occurs on the Volta Lake.
The chiefs of the two towns lauded the authority for ensuring the safety of navigation, with a target of working to get zero boat accidents on the lake and a safe and thriving water transport system. More effort is needed to remove all bottlenecks. Josephine JJ, TV3 News, Dambai Injari.
We have more news for you after this break. Don't go away.
Thinking about constructing offices, a house, shop or multi-purpose building? Build faster and cheaper with prefabricated building from Y&W Industry Limited. Take a look at these samples. 2-bedroom apartment with living area, shared toilets, bath and kitchen. Office space has working room, meeting area and washroom. Our prefab buildings can also be used for schools, factories, high-rise buildings or any purpose desired. The structure is made of hot-dip galvanized pipes with cement fiberboard walls, heat and sound insulated resin roofing sheets, special security doors, UPVC window, all from Y&W Industry. Major components are produced in the factory and assembled on site. Lifespan is 50 years, and so say bye to chasing masons and carpenters. Located on Accra Kaswa Highway opposite ECG transformer before the toll booth, and in Marble House Yard, South Industrial Area, adjacent Zenith Bank, or call 054-698-3633 or visit us at www.ywindustry.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at YWIndustrygH.
We bet the lotto Ghana Padia and one they were 539 direct, the best lotto game in Ghana. You will hear me say, Ubenya 5 solid magic numbers. A free bako, equasi 39 mo.
Wow! Director enough fat. Winning no each show.
Abran Hedino, what the 2 Ghana cities pet, and a 2 you. And to one so called *446# across all networks. Ucha direct one. Ubedi 20 times Sika Udikayano. Ucha direct tour. Ubedi 45 times Sika Udikayano. And a direct train so Ebema with the 400 times.
A fat winning no each show.
Kwame so Enedino. A fat winning no each show. Wait me a chat. They were 5 direct. I will not talk here Subia. Wagana Fananina. A fat winning no each joke. Hey! Direct to me China family. Winning no the choke ampa. They were 539 direct.
Winning no each joke. Yes, I do.
how to solatido or you know how to blow all the bars, then your time has come to be the next global icon on Mentor X. Who will take over from the lyrical Kweku Bani and climb out the music industry to be the next global icon? If you're in the Northern Belt, catch the Mentor Audition Training Tamale on the 17th of September at the Radash Hotel at 8 a.m. Applicants from the Middle Belt will converge at Maitland Hotel, Kumasi on the 19th of September 2021. The Western and Central Belts can join us at Akroma Plaza Hotel, Takrady on the 21st of September. Finally, Southern Belt auditions will take place on the 24th and 25th September 2021 at TV3 at the Sawe Kanda.
This is the one it's all the black girls out to
Nationals from other African countries can also compete in Mentor X. If you come from any other African country but live in Ghana, you can also join us at any of the audition centers to book your spot in the competition. It's the 10th edition of TV3 Mentor. Mentor X takes you higher.
Who joins the final Ambassador finale? It's been weeks of cultural exposition on Ghana's most beautiful. The ladies gave their best performances, grew through the race, and this week, the ladies throw their last shot at selling tourism in their various regions. Who makes it to the final 6 is the last eviction. To secure that final spot for your contestant, dial *713*13# or download the TV3 Reality app on Google Play Store or the App Store and vote. GMB comes to you live this Sunday only on TV3. Audience strictly by invitation. GMB 2021, rediscovering true beauty. GMB 2021 shows Sundays at 8 p.m. and repeat Fridays at 3 p.m. and is sponsored by Lavon's Tomato Mix, Camel now from Kerex, Freedom from Casaprecon, GTP, Darling Lemon Drink, Airtel Tigo's Big Time Bundles, Lufat, Deluxe Acrylic Paint, Heaven Black Mosquito Spray and Coil, and Napa Mackerel,
Geisha, Close Up,
Ayo Insurance, Fun Milk Nutri Day Yogurt, and supported by
Welcome back. You're watching Midday Live with me, Emmanuel Samani. Now, the United Nations has asked African countries to adopt proactive measures in dealing with the trafficking of artificial narcotic pain medications to help reduce its effects on users. Deputy Regional Director for West Africa and South Africa, the UN Office of Drugs and Crime, Kamaldeen Njaye, says the global statistics on deaths of people due to such abuse of such drugs is worrisome and needs urgent attention. That's a report by Job Laboja.
Countries have adopted measures to tackle illicit drugs and the use of such drugs as prescribed by law. However, synthetic opioids made for persons experiencing severe pains now pose a challenge as international and national health bodies try to prevent the misuse of pharmaceuticals such as fentanyl and tramadol without impeding access to medication. Two technical guidelines introduced by the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crimes calls for a shift in mindset among law enforcement and criminal justice agencies.
In West Africa, the diversion and trafficking of synthetic opioid, and specifically of tramadol, in unapproved dosages, calls for urgent action.
Director General at the Ghana Narcotics Control Commission, Francis Tokuno, says drug trafficking organizations have resorted to the use of the postal and other courier services in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic.
To address the emerging drug trends, the Narcotics Control Commission has intensified both its drug demand reduction and supply reduction strategies. Preventing drug abuse is key, and as such, the Commission has strengthened its drug sensitization programs across the country and have also deployed officers to the sorting centers of major courier service companies and some regional post offices for the examination of courier passes.
UN Residence Coordinator in Ghana, Charles Abani, was optimistic of the guidelines.
The UNODC strategy actually has a number of key elements within it, which I would like to reiterate. Reducing the supply for non-medical reasons, as well as capacity building to support national law enforcement agency interventions, promote the rational use of and access to opioids for medical and scientific purposes, and promoting prevention and treatment strategies, as well as addressing some of the disorders.
The guidelines falls under the initiative dubbed Operation Azure by UNODC's Crime Just Global Program to equip 13 countries in Latin America, the Caribbean and Africa with the knowledge, training and resources to address synthetic opioids trafficking via the postal service.
Now, as part of marking World Patient Safety Day, some individuals have recounted their experiences encountered during accessing healthcare at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. Chief Executive Officer Dr. Opokuwari Amponsa says the initiative is to help deliver safe and better healthcare.
According to research, adverse events occur each year worldwide, causing 23 million disabilities among patients. More than 2/3 of these adverse events occur in lower middle-income countries, including Ghana. And 134 million of adverse events due to unsafe care occur in hospitals in low and middle-income countries, contributing to around 2.6 million deaths every year. The cost associated with medication errors has been estimated at $42 billion annually. To work towards eliminating avoidable harm in healthcare delivery, the management of Korle Bu Teaching Hospital are calling for collaborative effort among staff to inculcate professionalism in their line of work.
I believe that the stories that the patients have shared will go a long way to help us to reflect on what kind of care we are giving, the quality of care we are giving, and help us to, think of practical ways of improving the patient's experience when they come into our institution.
Some individuals share their experiences.
My experience during admission wasn't so good in the sense that after CS being in pain, I only had a nurse come to me to attend to my baby on the first day. I think the following day they came to see the baby, and then that was it. As a CS mother, you have to do everything by yourself. And there were no bells in the wards to even call a nurse. Also, the washrooms were extremely far from the wards. So after having gone through surgery, the thought of even going to the washroom is almost impossible.
On one occasion, after I'd returned to my ward from the recovery room, I spent most of the afternoon sleeping, and around 10 p.m. that evening, the anesthesia had begun to wear off, and so I woke up in serious pain, only to see my blood flowing up the tubes of my now empty drip. I was all alone in the side ward, so I started calling for the nurse on duty. When someone entered my room, I asked her if she could check my drip and if there were medication prescribed for my pain. She locked the drip, told me she was busy and would get back to me.
Well, we'll take a quick breather. We'll be back with more news. Please stay with us.
Boy, me, I tell you all that. The hands are not paying. Everyone in the team, we give our money to evening. Hear the call me, I the run come, I be the guardian, so you be my offset. If you the bastard, you go be my mess. I get the Coca-Cola body, say be my Pepsi. Round on your hoop, bro. Don't you hoop, bro. But I'm messing you, call me park up.
world needs strong women. Women who will lift and build others. Powerful women that make a change. Not even the worst pandemic will stop us from bringing you the best of the best.
Behind every successful woman is herself. That is why every week I bring you women from all walks of life on Today's Woman. These women have strived and they have achieved. They will motivate you. They will inspire you. But most importantly, they will share their success secrets with you. Join me every Sunday on this journey with me, Michelle Atto, on Today's Woman right here on TV3.
Today's Woman shows Sundays at 3 p.m. and repeats Wednesdays at 3 p.m. on TV3.
Who joins the final bus to the finale? It's been weeks of cultural exposition on Ghana's most beautiful. The ladies gave their best performances, grew through the race, and this week, the ladies throw their last shot at selling tourism in their various regions. Who makes it to the final 6 is the last eviction. To secure that final spot for your contestant, dial *713*13# or download the TV3 Reality app on Google Play Store or the App Store and vote. GMB comes to you live this Sunday only on TV3. Audience strictly by invitation. GMB 2021, rediscovering true beauty. GMB 2021 shows Sundays at
8 p.m.
and repeats Fridays at 3 p.m. and is sponsored by Lavon's Tomato Mix, Camel now from Kerex, Freedom from Casapreco, GTP, Darling Lemon Drink, Airtel Tigo's Big Time Bundles, Lufat, Deluxe Acrylic Paint, Heaven Black Mosquito Spray and Coil, and Napalmacrel,
Geisha, Close Up,
Ayo Insurance, Fan Milk Nutri-Day Yogurt, and supported by
Absolutely stunning. Tiger completes one of the greatest comebacks in Masters history. Separate shoes. Oh, Durant throws it down. Well, that's
Sports Station shows Mondays at 9 p.m. Brought to you by Betway.
Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil, Super Yogo.
Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist.
Welcome back. Let's do some African football now. And this afternoon at 3 p.m., Accra Hearts of Folk are up against Club Industriel de Kamza at the Accra Sports Stadium. Head coach Samuel Mwedu spoke at a press conference last night ahead of the game.
Africa is a name, right? It doesn't change the style of play and then the possessive football has the focus to play. Though we are going to meet the champions of other countries, we don't mind, then we continue to play our tactical game. So I don't build a team around one person. So I know with the absence of Afutu, though he's the most influential in our team, but in his absence, we have to get someone who can do that job for us. All that we know is, as I keep saying, that this is a qualification match. We want to qualify. So all that we need is to win and qualify. Yeah, though I'll miss my family. I call them family, not the fans. I'll miss our family. But with the absence of them, we have to prove to them that without wherever they are, I think they are behind us. So we are going to work extra hard to make them happy.
Now, the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, has disclosed that the Babayara Sports Stadium, which was closed for renovations last year, is ready and will be open for use soon. Phase 1 of the project saw, among others, the grassing of the pitch, fixing of spectator seats, and an underground pitch drainage system, as well as the installation of a scoreboard and floodlights. Now, a former Deputy Communications Minister, Vincent Soa Odotoye, says reappointing Milovan Rajevac as Black Stars coach could be a risky decision. The former Member of Parliament for La Dadekotopon argues Rajevac's performance after the 2010 World Cup is nothing to warrant him another stint with the Black Stars.
Rajevac left 10 years ago. When you look at what he has been able to achieve since he left us, I think there's nothing really to convince us that. And even when he was here, his one goal project model is a model that I thought even at that time we were winning, but we were not too convinced the right choice for us. When you look at the coaches who have adopted that kind of defensive Catanaccio one goal model like Mourinho and Dems, current football, it is they are uncompetitive. They are not being successful. Look, I can even say that the tiki-taka of Coach Guardiola, when you look at the way Tuchel, the Nagelsmann, Hansi Flick, and all of them, the way they are playing now, it's a slight difference in that. So I think going for Milovan Rajevac is a risky decision, and I hope my colleagues at the FA will take a second look at it. We should take a deep breath, give us ourselves a little bit of time, and make sure that we are able to cast our nets a lot wider, but not go for the comfort decision of Milovan Rajevac. As a nation, and as a football people, we must be real with ourselves and admit that we are not competitive. You don't win the African Cup of Nations with this kind of capacity. Capacity, I mean, I'm not talking about we don't have the talent, but the talent alone, the natural talent in themselves. You can have all your players playing in the English Premier League, the Serie A or La Liga. If you don't have a coach that can put them together, if you don't have a management team that can give a direction to the team, you will not be competitive.
Now, former Black Stars goalkeeper Abukari Damba joined the conversation on warm-up club yesterday concerning the hunt for a national team coach, despite his reluctance to specifically name who he believed were the best suited for the job. Following the departure of Sika Akono, he reminisced about Milovan Rajevac's record with the Black Stars. Well, still watching Midday live from our news hub here at the Desawe Kanda in Accra. We're live on DSTV channel 279, all around the world on 3news.com and across the social media platforms at TV3 Ghana.
Had a formidable team that were functional, and you could see the structure of the team anytime they were playing football on the pitch.
Right.
Great. But the question you will ask is that who were the main actors in his era? He did not operate in a vacuum, neither in isolation. He needed players to do that. Who were the players? What were the levels of those players?
Right.
Which teams did they play? How competitive were those players? These are all things we need to think about. Because as soon as he comes in, we are going to expect him to hit the top. The expectations are very high. And is it realistic? Let's ask ourselves. Let us be fair here.
That's true.
The moment he comes, they want him to turn around. Magic wand, boom, and it's there.
That's not practical.
That is not practicable. Thank you. I only hope and wish we will be that patient.
Well, that's it for sports. Up next is international. In international news, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has paid tribute to the new mayor of Johannesburg following his death in a car crash aged 46. Matongo had been campaigning with Ramaphosa before the vehicle accident happened. Matongo only became a mayor on August 10 following the death of his predecessor from COVID-19 complications. He was a member of the governing African National Congress and was expected to be at the forefront of the party's campaign to win Johannesburg in local government elections due on November 1. And that's how we wrap up with Midday Live from our news hub here at Desawe, Kanda, and Accra. You can find more news when you log on to 3news.com. My name is Emmanuel Samani. Take care of yourself and be well. On behalf of the production team, have a good afternoon.